there's just little bits of fabric of all different types lying around. Hello and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Iris and today we're gonna not do a sewing project. Instead, I have taken out all of my fabric and made a bit of mess here so I can just look through it and see what I actually have, because over the years I've kind of forgotten and I bought most of it with a certain project in mind, so I'm just gonna talk about both past and future projects that I've done with this fabric in an attempt for you to get to know me a little bit better. With the added benefit of maybe reorganizing my fabric stash, because it is mostly just a giant mess right now, stuck in boxes in multiple cabinets with no rhyme or reason whatsoever. Let's just get to it. This one should look kind of familiar. This is the fabric I have left over from a couple weeks ago when I made a matching Halloween shirt and skirt for me and my dance partner. Here we have another Halloween fabric. I used this a couple years ago, actually a bit longer, to make a Halloween dress. I really love it. I still wear it almost every Halloween. I'll put a picture up here. This fabric I actually used for the cape of the jellyfish costume. There's still a lot of it left actually, so I'm definitely able to use this for a different project as well. This one is actually very similar, but blue. This one's from one of my recent projects. I made a skirt. I really love it. When it was still summer, I wore it all the time. And there's still enough fabric left over of this to make some sort of top for it. So if you have any ideas of top designs for it, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to make a matching top, but I'm a little stuck on what I want it to look like. Some Christmassy fabrics. This is just straight up a cutout circle skirt, because I already cut out the pieces for a dress I was making and never finished it because Christmas was over, so I didn't finish it. I might finish it this year, we'll see. This blue fabric is very drapey, I really like it. I made one of my first gala dresses off of it, and a couple weeks ago I figured out I didn't actually fit into the dress anymore, so I just used the same dress to redo it. Really happy that I now once again have a nice dress that I fit into with this fabric, because the fabric is really good. Old pieces of curtain. It's really the most random stuff here. Now, I also wanted to take this opportunity to talk a bit about myself for the people who are interested in getting to know me a little better, maybe. I started this channel a couple months ago because, as many of my friends can tell you, I have way too much hobbies. However, the problem with these is that I never actually get around to doing any of the hobbies unless there's a deadline. So I would make costumes and dresses and stuff, but just for specific parties or events. And I never actually got around to the projects that I want to make just because I want to make them. So I decided to make myself deadlines by creating YouTube videos about it and trying to stick to a schedule for uploading. I'm kind of forcing myself to actually finish some projects. And I have to admit, so far it's working pretty well. So I am sticking with this right now because it's working for me and I'm getting stuff done and I like it. Now, I want this channel to just be the things that I like to do. As you can see on my channel, I'm doing the most random things, mainly right now sewing videos and Planet Zoo videos, which is not a logical match of videos at all. However, they are both things that I enjoy and that I want to share with people and show, so I'm doing it because who's gonna stop me? Now, something else about me, I am a vet student, So that's actually a pretty demanding education, and I spend a lot of time on it. This means that I don't actually have time for all these hobbies, but I'm trying to do it anyway. So bear with me, please, if videos are maybe later because I'm in a busy period of my education. I am not planning on stopping uploading anytime soon, but I'm not sure how well I'm gonna be able to stick to the schedule when I'm in busier periods. These two fabrics, they're like a very synthetic satin. They are actually from one of my first costumes ever. I made a Beauty and the Beast Belle dress. Very easy first project. I don't know why I always start with harder projects, but anyway, I'm very happy with how that turned out for a first dress. But it's not structurally very sound. It is falling apart a little bit, and it has been worn like 2 or 3 times, not that much. So I might in the far future redesign it, redo it. It was a fairly simple design that was relatively true to the movie, but maybe I would like to redesign it and put my own spin on it now that I'm a little more comfortable with stuff like that. This is a great example of one of the very random pieces of fabric that I have. Now, at some point, my dad actually bought a storage facility which used to belong to a furniture store, and they were broke, so they had to sell it, including whatever was inside at the time. And that included a lot of curtain fabric. And me, as someone who just started sewing, was like, yes, 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 please gimme. These are some more of the examples of what I found in there. This print is really pretty. I actually want to use some of these for part of my Mad Hatter costume that I'm planning to make. This is leftover from the jellyfish costume. I actually have quite a lot of this left over, and because I made separate pants and a shirt, I'm thinking I might want to make a matching tank top of this fabric, so I have like a monochrome purple pinkish outfit. I don't know why I want this. This is not something I would actually wear, but I think it's kind of a vibe. I have this bright pink wig as well that I think would actually look pretty cool with it. As I said, I don't know when I'm gonna wear this, but maybe I'll just make it anyway. This fabric, I made a dress of this with a circle skirt, just a fairly simple dress. And I absolutely love the dress, but I don't fit into it anymore. So I really at some point need to take out the zipper and put in lacing in the back so I can just wear it again, because this fabric is very flowy and wearing the dress is great. You turn and all the fabric is everywhere. It's very floral, which is not something I usually go for, but for this one I really like it. There's actually still quite a bit left over from this fabric, so maybe I can make something else with it. I didn't realize there was so much. This fabric is actually terrible fabric. It feels disgusting on your skin. I have so much of it. I'll see what I will use it for at some point. Problem for later. Dinosaur fabric. Love it. Not really enough to do anything else with though. Actually, I found a bigger piece of dinosaur fabric. Maybe it will be enough to make something out of. I mean, I have a dress, but one does never have enough dinosaur clothes. Maybe I'll make a t-shirt. I always hate the texture of this fabric, but it might be good to make a mock-up or something. I don't usually make mock-ups, but that's something else about me actually. If you come to this channel for tutorials or me explaining how to correctly do anything, whether it's in Planet Zoo or sewing or any other type of craft or project, you are in the wrong place. I don't know what I'm doing 90% of the time. The other 10% is mostly based on personal experience of figuring things out as I go. Sometimes I use YouTube videos to learn about certain techniques. Not really learn about certain techniques, just get an idea of how to do something and then figure it out on my own anyway. I am really just here to share my projects and share the way I do it. And if you have fun watching that, that's great. That is just a bonus really, because it's not necessarily why I made this channel. But if you do enjoy it, I am glad, so please stick around. You are more than welcome to join me in my adventures of chaos. But I will be the first to admit that I am an absolute amateur and don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I have a bunch of this fake red leather. It was actually meant for a Scarlet Witch cosplay, which was supposed to be a very last minute simple cosplay just a jacket for an event that a friend invited me to, but I never had enough time for this and I ended up not even starting on it, which resulted in me just owning this now and having no clue what to do with it. I watched some of the Marvel franchise after I bought this, and actually I really like Scarlet Witch, the character, but I don't like this color for any of her outfits, so I'm not using it for that if I ever will make a Scarlet Witch cosplay. So if you have any idea of what I can do with, I think it's roughly 2 meters of fake bright red leather, please let me know. I need some inspiration and ideas for this. More dinosaur fabric. I actually really like dinosaurs. I made some pillows out of these and they're on my couch all the time. So this random matchup of green lining fabrics I actually used for an Anna dress that I made fairly recently. My friend Nika, who was in a previous video as well, she made herself an Elsa dress and it was just the perfect combination for the fairy tale themed gala that we had. This pile of random fabric I'm actually very excited about. These are just samplers from the fabric market and I got like a bunch of different colors of them. A bunch of different colors, textures, patterns. And I actually want to use these for my Mad Hatter costume to kind of make like a patchworky situation. I'll be getting into that fairly soon. Alright, so I know this video was not really what I usually do, it didn't really involve a project of any kind. However, thank you for watching anyway if you stuck it out this far. I hope you enjoyed me sorting through the massive pile of fabric that I apparently own. It was honestly more than I expected it to be. I hope you have a very nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye!